Hi guys, so today we are going to be playing the Division 2 on the weekly legendary difficulty. The legendary this week is District Union Arena. It's not a bad one to play this one. Depending on who you get sort of matched up with in the matchmaking, it can be fairly quick. It can take around 35-40 minutes with a really good team. With a sort of average team, it can be about an hour, and it can be longer if there aren't any high damage players on your team. So we're going to give this a go and see where we can get to today. So let's set the mission as legendary, and we're going to queue up for matchmaking here. So calling for backup. Hopefully some higher levels than me will jump in and help out as well. My character is more spec'd for kind of tank rather than just pure damage, which is a little bit counterproductive on a mission like this. As really what you need is like a high damage build for this one, as it is quite tough. I found that generally though I'm the last man standing, so I go with a tank build to revive other people where I can. My loadout is the St. Elmo's engine, and I think it's the Vector 9mm, and I also have a Reviver Hive with 2 charges. Unless I use it, then it's only 1 charge, and also Seeker Mines. So I'll just show you my build very quickly. So go to inventory. So we've got the I think that's a messenger backpack, which basically adds an additional skill tier onto any of the gear sets that you have. It's quite useful actually, but I've put it on when it first released, and I've not taken it off. We also have this armor as well, which is really useful, 0Fs. So what happens with 0Fs is when an enemy does break your armor, like an effect triggers where you will receive your full armor again, and then a slight cooldown period for the armor to return. It's very useful. It's saved me more times than I can count. That has. I am playing on the Xbox Series S today. I do have a Series X, but I'm not near it at the moment. So for like recording gameplay commentaries, I have a Series S and a PC and stuff upstairs in my, I'm going to say gaming room, because it is, there's nothing else in here really apart from games and other bits of tech, whereas when I actually sit down and play properly at night, I go on my Series S. So we've got someone who's joined, level 3, can't quite read that, 335, so 6, 335, 6 or 8, so higher level than me by a couple of hundred ranks. Does me fine. Hopefully he'll drop in and realise that I'm waiting for more guys to come along and take this on. There's no point starting it just 2 of you. You might as well wait for a full squad. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep on calling for backup until we get the numbers in here, and hopefully a couple of those guys will be really high damage to offset the lower damage, slightly tankier build that I'm actually running with. St. Elmo's engine has an effect where, so the more consecutive hits you get, so 71 rounds in this magazine, for every bullet that I hit, I get a stack, and that stack, when filled, then applies the next magazine to be shock ammo, which is really useful as well. One of the things I found on this one actually that I've just realised is that there is a shotgun called the Scorpio, which is really effective against the much larger tank guys, as it's decent damage, but more importantly it staggers them, and that kind of delays their response just enough to start, for everyone else to start focus firing. So I'll probably switch to that when those guys drop down. Improvising is the name of the game here, so you can change your gear builds on the move, and that's exactly what I do. I change my weapon builds on the move. So if I call for backup again, show just one more guy here. Yep, one more lads, and we can go get to work. I put a lot of time into this game. I'm ranked 2,759 of the end game rank, so I've got a lot of playtime on this game. Yeah, I really like it. It's mindless. You don't have to put too much thought into it generally. He's also using St. Elmo's engine. Seems to be the weapon of choice since its release. It is, I think, better than the others and the other exotics by some margin. There is another assault rifle exotic build called the Eagle Bearer, but I've never had the chance to actually get that. So this guy's gone through now, and we're just going to wait to get a fourth guy. This guy knows the drill. This guy, he probably knows the drill as well, but he's unsure. Hopefully we won't get wiped immediately. One of the things you have to watch out for on this first bit is the Black Tusk robots. They do a lot of damage. The amount of times where I've seen entire squads wipe here at the start because of those fucking robots is incredible. It happens a lot. Did he actually trigger them? No, he didn't. They're still up there. Curious. So we've got a fourth one in. He's invited but not accepted. We want to make sure we win here, guys, so we're going to wait for another person. 1768, decent level. Although I've seen like level 100s come in and just absolutely nuke everything going. It's really strange. You don't really get an idea of how decent your teammates are until the bullets start flying. Every time like a level 100 joins, and you're just like, oh god, no, not a level 100. And meanwhile, he's laying waste to the entire thing. So try and get these Wi-Fi guys. I call them Wi-Fi guys. They're not Wi-Fi guys, of course. They're drone operators, and get those as well, because those Wi-Fi guys repair those robots, and they take some real damage. Those do. Just move a little bit here. Helicopter coming in, so I'm not sure if the first drop is the big guys. I think it's the drop after where the big guys start coming in. So throw that. Already hitting the broadside of a barn at the moment. It has been a little while since I really sat down and played this properly, so I'm going to be a little bit off. I've mostly been playing chill out games, Hard Spaceship Breaker, PC Building Simulator, so this is a bit more high intensity. I hate those things. It's good if you can actually get them with the St. Elmo's engine special ammo, because it kind of stops them dead in their tracks. Okay, so this is a big guy, so I'm just going to switch to my Scorpio shotgun on the fly. There he is landing here. It's a bit outside of optimal range for actually using this thing, but the main thing here is to try and stagger them and delay their sort of time coming up to you. So once these guys get real close to you, it ends very quickly. The amount of damage that they can do when they're close by to you. They have a sort of hive thing on their backs. Not only does it heal them, but it also affects you as well. So he's got a hive and doesn't need my help. So the longer you can delay these guys, the more damage your team can put down range before they even get close. So I always just switch to this shotgun as soon as I see the big guys. That was relatively painless. I think we've got a good squad here. It's taken longer before, much longer. So I shall keep hold of this a moment, because when you go through here, 4 more big guys spawn. After the initial wave. Try and stagger that guy there. No, didn't get there in time. Those healing things are insane. So let's try and get... Oh, got them already. Try and get the medics, since they're the ones that put down the boxes. The range on them is pretty nuts as well. Let's switch to the Vector. I think this is a Vector anyway. A Vector 9mm or the Vector 45. So yeah, the range isn't optimal, but it's the effect that we're actually using the shotgun for. The sort of stagger effect, the poison effect, I think it is. So when we get this guy here, 4 big guys are going to spawn from down there and basically just charge at us. So everyone's got to be ready for that. I do have, can't remember what grenades they're called, riot grenades I believe. Yeah, here they are. So the best thing to do here is try and get what you got down, back off, and try and delay them marching on you like these guys are doing right here. So as you can see, I've just staggered them, which has given my team time to focus on them being the #1 priority threats here. Try and get their back. Nope, gonna have to pull back a little bit. Once you take that backpack out, it becomes a lot easier to take them out. They're quite dangerous before that point. But as you can see there, the stagger worked very well on them. And that's all we were doing. All we were doing was trying to buy time. So on to the next section. This area is clear now. And what I can do for now is switch weapons back to St. Elmo's engine. Deploy that. Take these things out as well. I believe that they increase the sniper's damage. So what I'll be doing with this, I'll be streaming the Legendary today, but also I'll be putting a copy of this stream as well up at some point later today. I have it both on stream and stream record, so a higher quality copy of the video will be uploaded probably later on today for your enjoyal, and for those who have missed the opportunity of being able to tune in as I'm playing. Still trying to work out the sort of noise levels as I'm doing these sort of gameplay commentaries. They're not, I'll be honest, they're not really my thing generally. So, oh wow, it got me just. Damn, I hadn't got in cover properly there. So yeah, I'm generally not huge on these things. So I'm still trying to get the levels right. Actually, on this thing, someone's got an electronic interrupt, I think, going on. So I'm still trying to get the levels right, so apologies if the levels are still a little bit off. I'll get there eventually. It's tweaking in the game capture menu when it comes to the audio settings of the microphone and the audio settings of the game. I think it's going to be mostly fine today. Get this loot, even though I have no intention of actually replacing anything that I have. I'm fairly happy with the build I've got at the moment, so did I hear something else open? No, guess not. So there's a couple of tricky parts actually on District Union Arena. I like to call them sort of wipe parts, where the chance of you failing the mission is higher than at any points of the mission as well. So there are a few more potential white points coming up. So fingers crossed we get through them. These guys seem very competent. One of them is quite high damage, so I'm fairly confident in our success on this run. I did try a little earlier in the week and to be honest, it just wasn't really going anywhere. But these guys, they're decent. So I'll just wait here, make sure everyone's ready. I think they are. It's a bit tricky because they just throw sort of suicide drones at you a lot. Even get a shot on there. Get this guy, he's a drone operator, so we absolutely want him out straight away. Here you go, there's his drones. He's out. Someone else took him out. I did 90% of the damage and someone else came along and did the remaining 10, but I don't care, it works for me. It's not about the amount of kills you get, it's about just succeeding as a team. Nice big red light for me to aim at there. So I've got an afternoon, I'm not really doing anything today, so I thought I would pop on and do some damage. One of the other things that I have got that I've just not got around to. So the last couple of months I've been buying bits and bobs, for the tech side of my channel, and I've not got around to actually doing anything with them yet. So I've got a mini PC. Actually, the mini PC I am using to record. I've been meaning to do a little review on that at some point. I'll get around to it eventually. Purchased an Intel NUC PC, which has been actually fantastic. I'm using it right now for this streaming bit here, and also a couple of sort of older AM3 Phenom chips that's gone into an AM3 motherboard, and I actually built that PC with all the components in the other day, so that's ready to go. I just need to find the time to actually sit down and do an in-depth review of it, and also on top of that, it's paired with a GTX 1050 Ti, so that's going to be really interesting. I think it's a good fit for what we're going to be doing with it. But yeah, I've not had opportunity to sit down and sort of really put it through its paces. Although the mini PC has been absolutely fantastic. It doesn't sound like it's much on paper, but man, it's really good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Do have a bit more memory coming for it, which is something I'll probably talk about more when I do eventually get around to sort of benching it and stuff like that. So let's just switch to shotgun, stagger him. See, he's now staggered, and the rest of the team can do what they need to, and just like that. Good job, lads. That's how we do it. So this next section is no big guys followed by 4 big guys. So right this second we'll go back to St. Elmo's engine, and then as we go through the doors we get rushed by 4 big guys as well. This is one of the potential wipe points I was talking about earlier, right here. So if we clear this, we're halfway there. There is a much tougher wipe point coming along. Not long after this bit actually, so I've got those boxes up. See what I mean about the range on these things? It's fucking insane. Now sometimes if you've got a guy with really high damage, he's reviving. If you've got a guy with really high damage, you can sort of null the reviving and the healing box, but the amount of damage output you have to have is pretty high. It seems to be high enough for at least one of these guys. I think they're all in fairly high damage sort of shape. So the reward for actually finishing these is an exotic cache. Oh, you little bastard. See my 0F's additional armor kicking in there and saving the day. That's why I use it. It's very good at getting you out of a tough situation, so comes in handy. I did used to use tardigrade armor, but it's just like a poorer version of 0F. So tardigrade armor gives you like a 80% armor for 10 seconds when your armor breaks. Oh, okay, I must have forgot about this guy, so let's just quickly flip back to this and stagger him for the rest of the guys. Yep, just it's a delaying action. Going to keep hold of this right now, as there will be another point where they race through. Here, I believe. I think this is like a pool room sort of area. Yep. So get ready to throw that in. Away we go. It's a nice enough introduction. Sneak up to the side of our guy here. I try not to go in that room actually. I think there's too much going off, so I tend not to go in there. The big guys are here now, so we're back to delaying again. Just anything to keep them occupied while our team do the necessary damage. Got a box down there as well, so that's going to make things awkward. These guys do come through this door eventually. Dude, you need to retreat. I've not got my hive available for him, and if I go in there right now, I'm going to get taken out with him. So I'm going to have to just grin and bear it. I think he's going for him. I'll try and do what I can to cover him. Might be able to get him. Come on, buddy. Quick, 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 quick. You're up. Oh my word, he just came through like he was on something. One guy gone. Took him down. Come here, buddy. I got you. It's a very noisy dog outside. Okay, you're gonna have to wait, I'm afraid. Not sure if you can hear the dog on my microphone, but he's really going at it. I'll try and keep him busy while you get him. Yep, good. I mean, not 100% convincing, but that was one of the main white points right there. So that's, I think, the second white point now down. And there is 2 more white points before the final battle. If you get wiped before you reach the boss area, then it's back to the start. There's no like do-overs or anything. It's right back to the start. So you really try and you really need to try and sort of like nail those white points convincingly. So we're through 2 of 4 white points right now. So yeah, my confidence is still pretty high. We're going to do this. It wasn't without people going down, including myself. But yeah, I'm still fairly confident we've got this. Making decent time as well. We're getting through on fairly decent time, so that's also good. The name of this game sometimes is keeping pressure on. And just pushing when the enemies start to, seemingly start to struggle a little bit with the amount of fire that they're having to deal with. Just keep on pressing. So guy's already in the next area here, but he's waiting for us. So if he goes through there, it's going to forcefully drag us and result in a loading screen as well. So most people tend to sort of hang here and just wait for everyone to come through rather than drag them, because if you're on one of the older consoles, because remember this is out on the original Xbox and Series S and X as well, that loading can take a little while, especially if you're just around the corner as well. Okay, so I'm going to keep hold of this, but what everyone should do is run up here, up the stairs. So this is a third potential white point here. They've triggered a little quickly. And then here we go. So this is the third white point, third potential white point. And I'm going to use my St. Elmo's engine. Probably close my window in a moment. I'm going to use my St. Elmo's engine for the longer range stuff here, but I think two guys come through here, two big guys come through here at some point, and they do rush, so it's going to be imperative that we get those pretty quickly. So I'll switch back to the Scorpio and delay them as they're coming through, as the rest of the team focus on them. So what is that? I'm sure there's something there. There he is. Wow, I feel like they've came through early, so Scorpio, just trying to get this equipped quickly as they're coming through right now. So he's staggered. Oh, where's he going? Try and get his box. It'll become much easier. There we go. His box is gone, so he's going to be a lot easier to deal with now. No hive damage against you once you take out that box, so it's pretty important. That box does a lot of damage. He's staggered again. Now he's gone. Okay, and just these things left. So you can somewhat stagger these as well with the shotgun, although St. Elmo's engine would probably be a better fit here. I think I can hear someone else using like the Scorpio as well. It has a very distinctive sound, so yeah, that was very good. Just collect some of this ammo. Back down here we go. So I'm going to switch back to St. Elmo's engine again, so there's not going to be any big guys for a couple more areas. You've gone down already? Yes. This can be a bit tricky actually by itself. If no one's prepared, there's a bunch of guys in here, and I think they're all like gold guys as well. So this part can be a little bit tricky. Especially the grenadiers. What they tend to do is their behavior is they'll kind of like fire 3 grenades in a row, and the grenades do actually quite a lot of damage. So once they hit you, and it kind of staggers you a little bit, and you spend a little while basically being juggled by these grenadiers, and eventually get taken down by them. Explosives on this game are cheap, very cheap. That's the shock rounds from the St. Elmo's engine. It's a fairly recent addition, that St. Elmo's engine. Ah, this next bit is a real pain in the ass. Oh, someone's left. That's not good timing. Let's see if I can... Ah, no, I can't call anyone in either. Okay, that's made things a bit trickier now. Ah, that is not good at all. This is a very tough part, this is probably tougher than the previous part with 4 guys in because of the amount of explosives that are lobbed at you. Yeah, that was not a good time to quit. Worse still, the fact that you can't call for backup either, so you have robots, explosive guys. I actually don't think there would have been a worse place to quit than right where he did. Yeah, just you can't even pop your head around. You can actually shoot through here. There's a little gap here, but this is going to be a lot tougher than it needed to be. Grab that. This is going to take much longer now. Making good time as well. Try and get the I'm not sure what they're called there, the bottom. Try and get them so that at least you stop it moving and it can't race back to be repaired. Because once those things need repairing, they go at about 400 miles an hour. Suddenly the game turns into Need for Speed, and they're just gone. And what it'll also do as well is there it'll expose any it'll expose any guy that wants to repair him too. So yeah, they're just hammering me now. This is not good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got me through there. Not allowed to do that. I am allowed to do that. I just want to try and get this because it's just going to keep on. I think that's gone. Yeah, that's gone. Hopefully we can call for another person when we've got through this bit, but no, it's going to be a little lengthy. It didn't need to be. Oh, that does plenty of damage over there. So these Chevron guys, they are the ones who put down the boxes that are basically healing. Sort of fighting for door space here, so drop that. I'm going to try and stick to power usage rather than actually going out there because that's just asking for trouble. Yep, he's gone. Try and thin him down a little bit before we start making our way out there because this bit is quite busy. So, Grenadier. Once you take out these Chevron guys, it also disables their box, so eventually their box sort of goes as well. Another guy down. We're still making good progress here. This is towards the end of the mission as well. I don't get why you would do 90% of the work and not see it, see it out. So the boxes have gone. What is that? Incendiary ammo. Shock rounds. Oh, that's the same thing I get from St. Elmo's engine anyway. Okay. Is that it? Did we do it? We did. That didn't suck as much as I thought it was going to, but I don't know why it won't let me call for backup now, because we could use a 4th person. So this is on Xbox. I'm not sure if I said that. I think I did earlier on. Call for backup. Here we go. So I'm just going to hold here for a moment while we call for a bit of backup. Yeah, I've called for backup, dude. Come on, join. Whoever joins right now is basically being given a free sort of win on this week. Invited. Oh, is that that's the same clan tag as this guy? So he's obviously invited him direct. Whether he accepts or not is a different matter. He should do though. If you want an easy legendary win this week, buddy. I say easy. There's still a slightly tricky part coming up next, and also the boss. It can be tough. So no, he's not joined. So I shall just trigger a call for backup again. Hope someone joins. So one of the things that they've been doing with the legendaries, I noticed it last week, is they've now added, by the look of it, the Tidal Basin legendary and the Manning National Zoo legendary into the legendary rotation. I didn't have much luck with Manning National Zoo. Frustratingly, I started the game of Manning National, and it took us 2 hours, and we got right to the end, right to the very end, and everybody quit out, just leaving me, and there was no way I could do it on my own, and I couldn't call for backup, so spent over 2 hours getting to the end of Manning National, and at the end of it, everyone quit out. We did wipe twice on the final boss. I'll use that special ammo first before I do that. Alright, let's go. Did wipe twice on the final boss, so obviously people's patience wasn't great. But I thought to myself, I can't believe that we spent all this time getting to the end of this and only for people to quit out right at the gates of victory. I hate those things. High damage as well. Let's try that out. So I've got my Scorpio out because there is a part in a moment where two big guys race through, and I just want to delay them because it's quite an enclosed area here, and you can't go back on yourself. So you're sort of committed at this point. He's gone, but just get away from that blast. Still got me. Come on. He's gone. Just race away from here. I wasn't convinced I was going to get away from there in time. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just throw that there, back off a little bit. Oh, not quite getting in there. I think I'll be able to pick up my hive in a second as well, once this guy's gone. And he's gone, so I'll collect that. Alright, so we've now reached a stage where we cannot wipe at all, and be forced to restart the entire mission. This is a final boss arena, and if we don't succeed in taking the boss down, we will simply respawn here, where we'll be able to give it another try. So it's looking like we're going to do it, and we're going to finish this. Fairly easy actually. Sometimes it's taken me a lot longer than this to do this mission. But yeah, making decent time here, so I reckon we're going to be alright. What was that? Was that a drone? That's one of the drones that the snipers use. Speaking of snipers, he's gone now. Oh, he's down again. Just back off a little bit. Throw my seeker mines. Now got a long charge on my hive for it to come back. That's the reason why I picked it up though, because of the fact that I have 2 charges in it. So, well, 2 charges for other people. When it's just you using it, it seems like when you have to use it on yourself, it uses both charges. So if we can get this guy, it's going to get rid of the box. Well, his ability is to get rid of a box straight away. Those boxes are quite annoying, the healing boxes, they go on forever. And they're not particularly easy to take down either. So, alright, so the final boss has triggered. The thing about this boss is he only takes damage from initially from hitting his backpack, and then after you've destroyed his backpack you then have to land headshots only. No other damage affects him, I don't believe. So ideally what you should have is one guy who uses the bulwark shield, who kind of tanks him and sort of keeps him focused, and then you have another guy, one of the other 3 guys who are shooting at him, because he's constantly healing, so you have to destroy the box before you can actually start doing damage to him. He also has a pulse attack, which makes things a little more interesting. It's got a fairly decent range on the pulse attack as well. And it takes about 2/3 of my health when he uses it. So when you see him pulsing, you just pull back, because it's going to rock you pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna land any shots in his backpack at the moment. So yeah, I'm looking right at him. So that's going to be ineffective. Oh, he's pulsing right now. Ah, yeah. See, that's the pulse. It does a lot of damage. I'm going to try and stay out of the way of that. So he's down again. Getting some solid shots on his backpack right now. My first hive charge is ready, so once he's sort of moved away a little bit, I'm going to try and... Nope, he's being revived anyway. He's pulsing again. Just try and throw that there. Is that going to get him? Yeah. Need all hands on deck for this. I think one of those guys is getting too close. You want to sort of keep him at range a little bit. It's not so bad if he was using the bulwark shield, but he's not, so he's just getting absolutely wasted. It's given me some good time on that backpack though, so when you see him stop healing, that's when the backpack's gone. And it's smoking pretty badly now, so we're doing plenty of damage to it. He's now moved on to special ammo, as you can see on the sort of bullet icon that's now appeared that wasn't there before. So I think that he actually has bleed ammo, which is annoying. As everyone else apart from me just got caught by that pulse. I tend to stay at range here. because not only does that pulse damage you quite a lot, but it also staggers you as well, so he's got a follow-up on you. Yeah, I think this guy is actually sort of tanking him a little bit, making him go around. Now he's focused on me with the bleed ammo I was just talking about. His backpack's gone now though, so it's open season. Oh, I'm out of ammo. I didn't even notice that I was short on ammo, so here we go, back to this. Well, the good news is he can't do any pulses now, so we can get a little closer to him. Drop my seeker mines, although he usually kicks them away, which he just did. Not really getting any accuracy here with that. Can I get up there? Nope. He's not hitting me there good, because it's a bit of an exposed spot here. We managed. We did alright. Landing as many shots here as I could. It's a little inaccurate, this SMG. It's decent damage, but not as accurate as the St. Elmo's engine. I don't want to really cross his path to get more ammo. That's where we came in. But we're getting there. Adjust his health now. I think I might have be able to replenish some. And he's gone, and we are done. So what we also got here was an exotic, so I shall check what exotic it is it dropped. And so I have 3 caches here, it's hard to tell. So his knee pads, get those every 3.5 minutes. So let's see what I can drop here. So I did get another Scorpio. So it was that one. So usually when you have an exotic, I like to, well, yeah, when you already have an exotic, I like to share it. Just with other people in case they don't have it, because sometimes you'll have lower levels join and they don't have it. So I like to share my exotic cache with them when I get something that I already have. Alright, so anyway, that's the Legendary done for this week. Thank you guys very much for tuning in and watching. I'll be putting up another high quality copy of this a little later on today. So if you missed it the first time round, you'll have opportunity to watch it again. Until next time guys, take care. Bye bye.